All right, so that was my question there. The next one came over from Instagram, which you can go follow at Final Cut Pro Help or DM me at Final Cut Pro Help, and I can go through and help out with questions you have. So don't hesitate to throw those out there. But this one came in, and they were just wondering what's the easiest way to replace some photos that I have on a timeline without removing the attributes of the current photos on the timeline. So it can be a confusing question. I'm going to use Command 0 just to get my default layout. And I have a still image on the side here. So let me hit Z and zoom into this image. So that's all we see on the timeline here. And here I have a picture of a cake. And if you notice in the timeline here and the little thumbnails we're seeing, that's number one's kind of gold. You see some pink on the frosting. And in the canvas at the top here, in the viewer here, we can see that it's black and white. Actually, I've applied a whole bunch of tints. The inspector's got all the different filters that I've put in. So there's a ton of stuff going on with this clip. And essentially what the person wants to do is they say, actually, I found a different picture of a cake. I know I have some cake pictures in here. Too many. They look really nice. But they say, okay, I look at it, and actually, instead of using the one that's on there, we want to use this picture of the cake with the flamingo on it. So I say, okay, that's fine, but how do I keep all the effects and the filters that are on here? Because if I drag this down on the timeline, I can drop it on the clip that's there, and I'd probably use the replace option. But if I replace it, notice it's just this picture. It doesn't have all the effects and everything else. So let me do Command Z to undo this. So the way that you keep all of the effects and filters and basically all the attributes of your clip is to copy this clip using Command C. You can go in and do your replace. And since this is a shorter clip, I'm going to do retime to fit. And obviously right now we don't have any of the filters on it. But because I did the copy, I can now use Shift Command V, as in Victor, to paste attributes. And I want all of the effects. I didn't transform it or anything else. I just want all these effects. And they're all checked off, and I can hit paste. And boom, that's all I have to do. We have the original effects from the original clip now pasted onto this new clip that I've then replaced. So that's how you retain all of your attributes from one clip to another. First, make sure you copy that clip. Then later you can paste attributes as long as you haven't copied anything else. All right, so next I see a question in the chat there. It says, do I recommend using H.264